What's going on, HPP fam? Welcome back to another episode. As you can see, this morning there's a motor on the ground that used to belong in that car. Boo's motor's out, so stuff might be happening to that one. But we are kicking this Monday morning off with this beautiful 2020 Scat Pack Charger in Destroyer Gray. So this thing's here for a tune. Customer has had it tuned somewhere else. He is not happy with it, so he brought it here to get redone. This thing's got a JLT intake. I believe it's got an exhaust and it's got some coil packs. That's it. That's all that's done to this one. Nothing too crazy, but we'll get it situated for him. And then I'll get you guys updated on the rest here momentarily. Also guys, we're getting started on our Citadel Durango cam job. Looks like you got a FRP. So Geo is getting started, taking her apart. We'll go ahead and get this camshaft shoved in here. Side note, we've come to a screeching halt on tuning our 2020 Scat Pack. Customer stated it had already been tuned and unlocked, and I couldn't get into the ECU, and I went to poking around. He told me it was previously tuned on HP tuners, but he does not have a smart access cable installed. So we're not going to be able to tune this thing until there's one in it. And we are out of stock. So, the woes. I may be pulling this thing off, and we've got another car that's here for just a tune. I may pull it on. So, we'll see. In the meantime, let's give the customer a call, see what he says. Moving right along, it is the next day, and we have received our new injector bottoms for our FICs from FIC. So I'm going to get those swamped in, and also got the 180 fitting for the fuel rails. So I'm going to get those changed out, and then Geo is about to pull the front cover off of our 5.7 here, so we can get jamming on the camshaft. As you can see, everything else is taken apart, so we're ready to get the front cover off and get the cam out. Get ready for that new Flying Ryan cam, not Texas Speed, Flying Ryan. So we'll see how that performs here shortly, but let's go ahead and get these injector bottoms swapped out. Alright guys, so we got this build motor, big turbo SRT4 on the dyno, and we just filled it up with the 85, so let's see what kind of power it puts down. basically just going through and checking the car over before the Texas Mile in October. He has made a few changes, changed the wideband, changed the wiring on the fuel pumps, because that was one of the issues. The fuel filter and the wiring to the fuel pumps was the issue that we had last time we were at the mile, and those things have been resolved. So we wrapped up tuning on pump gas, and now the car is back on the 85, and we are basically just checking over the tune on it, seeing what kind of power it makes, and making any changes now that the secondary pump is now on a hot switch. So it comes on at 5 psi. So because of that, obviously the map needs to be changed a little bit with the fueling. So we're going through and making those changes now on all three fuels. This thing runs on pump gas, E85, and C85 race gas. So now that we're on to the fun stuff, I'll go ahead and film some pulls for you guys. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up on Malcolm's car. Final tug. Focus. 676 horsepower, 593 foot-pounds of torque. She's a ripper. So guys, Malcolm's car is gone. He's on his way back home, and we made some big power with this car. I want to say we finished out at like 667 horsepower on that thing. Man, that car is such a sleeper. But since then, boom! Got our Citadel on the dyno and strapped down. Gio finished up the camshaft earlier this afternoon on it. So, went ahead and slid it on over. Figured I'd throw a tune in it real quick. Because we got another car that we're tuning in the morning. Yeah, the day is young, kind of. I think we got an hour left. But, yeah, I should be able to get this one knocked out. 4 or 5 pulls on the dyno. Should be right as rain. And we've got Calibris over here on the lift. We changed the power line on the car, and then we're checking the mid pipes. See if we can't get them up some more. Yeah, you take a look at that, and I'll be back with you guys here shortly. Picking up the camera a little late, Still got our Citadel on the dyno. Trying to make some power on that. Camera battery is about to die, so I'm gonna make this short. We got another turbo car here. 2016 5.7 Charger. It's an Anthony Walker. This is the oilless turbo kit from Walker Engineering, or y'all know his name. Anyways, we've done the fuel pump. We just finished putting the injectors in, and we're about to put in the new spark plugs. Got a few other things to tidy up on this car, and then this afternoon you should see it hit the dyno. We've also got it started on our Silverado cam project, so stay tuned. We'll be ripping on that one. Let's get these spark plugs in. Moving right along onto this fun Friday. We'll go ahead and get to tuning on our Turbo Challenger here. The good news, stayed late last night, figured out the fuel problem on Bowser here, and we could finally get this car wrapped up. So that is super exciting. We'll be touching on that one again today. In the meantime, well, we got this cool brisk morning weather. Let's make a few tugs on the old turbo car. Alright guys, let me turn the fan down here and let's talk about some things. We're gonna leave it on because I like to keep it cool. So, a couple of things. We didn't install the kit. Walker did the kit install. All we did was put the injectors in, the blow-off valve, the spark plugs, gap them, and the fuel pump. The wastegate was already pre-installed, and when I talked to Anthony, he said that it had the 4 or 6 pound spring in it. Just made the first 2 pulls, and in the log I seen 5 pounds. So let me show you guys what kind of power this thing made. 100% bone stock 5.7 turbo kit, 5 pounds. Let's focus. 430 horsepower, 475 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty clean looking graph, good power. We could definitely do better than that, and I think the customer wants more than that. So we're going to let this thing cool down, and we're going to change the spring. I believe this is a 7-pound spring, because I think the kit comes with 4, 7, and 12. This is a 100% stock engine, and this guy's not going for max power, but he wants to enjoy what he's paid for. So I think 7 pounds, maybe if it creeps to 8 or 9 on the street, depending on different loads, I think he'll be happy. You know, a stock 5.7 motor, they're good for about 10 pounds of boost. Sometimes you could squeak some more out of them, but it's a good round safe number to be at around, you know, 9 or 10 pounds of boost for longevity and reliability purposes. So we're gonna let this thing cool. May jack it up on the dyno here, because the gate, I don't know if you guys can see it, the gate is right there. So it's not at the worst spot ever, but it's not at the best. So we'll see if we can't latch a hold of that thing and pop it off. Appreciate you, Jeff. We got his car all wrapped up. The Turbo 5.7 is going home. Finished out at 481 horsepower, 511 foot-pounds of torque on 8 or 9 pounds of boost. So guys, that's going to bring this crazy fast week to a close. C10's on the dyno. We're hitting that one first of next week. The motor is stuck in our Chevy, our GMC. So we're going to leave the hoist hooked up to it and let it think about its life over the weekend. We might come in and try to pop it out, but it's a little stuck. We got the heads off though, so we can take those to the machine shop. And then we got this beautiful ride dropped off this afternoon. Customer out of El Paso, it's about 7-8 hours away. Pretty cool. We're gonna be doing a cam job on this one sometime next week. Not sure when. We may have to push it back because we have some other stuff going on. We've got an oil pump to do as well. So this motor being stuck in here is slowing down some progress, but we will get it. But hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. I know I did. Turbo cars are fun. Gio likes the turbo cars too. So we will see you guys on the next episode. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.